Dropping gems for the youth.
What's up, guys?
Everybody.
With a video for you. Right here, I got to my
daughter of Judah,
my cousin Erin, aka the daughter of Judah. Go follow her Instagram platform. What's that? Is that your
Instagram, Facebook is Erin Robinson. Yes.
Myself, my name is Jordan. Haven't got all my social medias in order as of now, but that's Jordan.
That's on the way.
That's on the way, coming. And then to my lovely right
we got
here.
me, Michaela, Instagram, theking1st_7, YouTube, Priesthoodstyles, and I got a book on the way, so stay tuned.
Check that out.
And Hananiah.
Check that out.
Hey, Hannah.
She already in.
Oh, so you already throwing
Yeah, she said,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, guys, we're just shooting a mukbang today, and what we're really just trying to do right now is just give you guys a little introduction to ourselves, our family, just a little bit more about us to go in depth with this being our first video together. So it's just really an intro video. But before we get started into this lovely food, we're going to bow our heads and say grace.
And normally, us females, we cover our heads, but we're going to use our hand right now.
Oh, I got my scarf on deck.
She got her
You
scarf.
already know.
God, okay.
You ain't prepared. I said,
get that shit right
Where?
I got a scarf. I just got to go.
Hey, P, get that.
And that's brother in the background. You
Joe
see
gave me
him.
his head.
Alright, bet.
All right.
Well, I could use my hood, but I ain't thinking about it.
Okay.
I guess it's alright.
Yeah.
All right. I probably look crazy with this hat on.
Alright.
That's fine. That's
So
fine.
everybody bow their heads. We're gonna bless this food. Dear Lord, thank you for this day that you have made. Dear Lord, thank you for the hands that prepared this food that we're about to receive for the nourishment and strength of our bodies. Dear Lord, we also ask that you bless this video that we shoot today and pray that we reach the masses, Lord, and reach many people and just give them, like I said, the insight and guidance on just everything about us. So these are many of the blessings that's in your holy name, Jesus. Amen. I'm gonna dive into this lovely food and just start talking.
So y'all, unfortunately today we got White Castle burgers and fries. So let me tell you what.
We got chicken tenders.
Fries
We got
and
this
chicken
because it's
nuggets.
Christmas Day and everything.
We got our, so this is like a
It's
very
scraps.
unhealthy
Very,
meal.
yeah,
But,
scraps.
you can't go to the grocery store on
Everything
this
closed.
particular day because everything is closed. But the show must go on and we still, dive into this food. So.
And the main reason why we wanted to make this channel is because honestly, there's so much going on in the world right now, and we just really have to give insight, like show people what it's really like to live a set apart life. Like the benefits are bad, you guys. Like I feel like when you live for Christ, nothing but blessings come. Don't get me wrong. You have your trials and tribulations, but he has to test you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is what the youth needs right now. They need to see examples of young people following Christ because nothing's wrong with it. It's not lame, This is actually a blessing to have all of us at this table and just serving God, in spirit and truth.
And I think that's...
You got the word right there.
And excuse me, and I think that's a big misconception a lot of time is that, a lot of people see young people doing it and it's like, well, y'all got, so much of y'all like to live, to get right with the Lord and this and that. But really and truly, we don't.
Yeah.
You're not promised, the next day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're not promised the next day. Anything can happen to you, And I was, and I just wanted to point this scripture out because it really, and I was telling my sister about it the other day, but it's a very, to me, it's a very scary verse. To me personally,
Deuteronomy, right?
Deuteronomy 28, and it's verse 66. And it may not be scary to other people, but it scares me every day. Like I think about this scripture.
And that's the
really
goal. We
every
want
day.
y'all to get to the point where it's like you can feel these scriptures when we talk about them.
Yep. Because knowing when you feel them, that means, and you're scared, or you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm shook, I'm terrified, that means you're woke.
And all of us didn't start off this way. We all lived some wild lives. And to be at this table is nothing but the grace of God.
Amen.
Literally. We were not on the best path, you know what I'm saying? But we had time. God gave us time to correct ourselves.
So,
our chastisement came a little early.
Yeah, so I pulled the scripture up. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 66 says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life." So when you really look deep into that, really mentally, that's very scary. Because like you said, you know, in the world that we live in today, with all of this killing and people against one another, it's like you just never know your life. You never know. It's like the doctor, somebody that has stage 4 cancer, they said they have like 2 days to live. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the Lord has the final say so, but they're in their mind like, okay, I got 2 days. But what he's saying right there is that you don't know when, you don't know how many days you have. You literally just don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that fear comes in, because that should let you know, or further let you know, that hey, you need to, act right according to him and do right according to him, because like I said, the next day is not promised. And one thing you don't want to do is die in your sins. So yeah, just a food for thought right there. Not trying to go real heavy on nothing like that, because again, this is the intro. We just wanted to give you a little, insight on us and our lives. But
I do want to add on to what you're saying though. But I understand. Yeah, it's like if the doctors does say you only have 2 days to live, not saying that's exactly, because no man knows how many. They're not in control of your life. But if that was the case, would you live those 2 days to continue to sin, doing your wickedness, and still don't care because I only got one life to live? Is what everyone says. It's not true. That's why God came down to, what we prophesy. I didn't put my scarf on. Hold on. That's why the Lord came down on the earth to die for us, because there was no man on earth, to die, because everybody was sinful, So Jesus had to die for us so we can have grace, so a second chance to get right. If we didn't have grace, we wouldn't, still be here. God would have been swooped the whole earth away, So that's why, what would you do if you had those 2 days to get right? Would you still die in your sin? Because once you made your decision, once you dead, you're not necessarily dead, you're asleep, but once you, set your mind on what you want to do, and if it ain't for God, he gonna close your mind, and then you gonna get a reprobate mind. You don't want that, you know what I mean? He gonna set your heart to harden your heart, and you're not gonna want to follow him no more. You're gonna just be stuck in your wicked ways, and that's
honestly,
not good.
Right now, I feel like a lot of us in our minds think we're serving God. You know what I'm saying? Because of generational curses, just as far as like how she said, just going down the lines of family members, what we've been taught. A lot of it is just we have to be willing to change. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for us, we had to take the time to relearn. You know what I'm saying? This is not easy. It's still times where, case in point, we keep the feast days. We forget what days they fall on. Because we're so immune to what's going on in the world. This is not an easy walk. Some days are stronger than others. And that's why I'm so thankful that we have each other. Because with each other, we strengthen each other in the walk. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little thirsty or something.
We strengthen each other because we're all young. I'm 24. I'm 23. He's 24.
24.
And I'm 19. I'll be 20
in March. And this is a blessing to find God this early, because imagine being about 50 and finding out about the Father. Just imagine all the suffering and all that kind of stuff. When I'm not saying, I'm not saying finding God is easy. You have to make time for Him.
And I think, I want to interject on what you were saying. And I think, because do you even know that as soon as you were conceived in the womb of your mother, the Lord is blessing you? Like, if you really think about that, because...
Excuse me, y'all need to put my head covering on.
Yeah.
But, I really, sit there and think about that, too, is because, with our family, like I said, this is my cousin right here, and that's my sister. But, growing up, we were brought up in the truth at an early age. I want to say back in late 90s is what my mom told me. And it's some of the stuff I can vaguely remember. But we used to, go to, a camp like anybody else and listen to the word and stuff like that. But we were so little that, and again, this is just showing that, our walk through this whole thing and our journey. But growing up, we were in the truth. Like I said, at a very young age, and as years went on, I want to say around, and this is when we lived in Illinois. So when we moved back down here, back in 2005, we fell off a little bit in the truth, and those things happen. Those stumbling blocks. But again, we were young children when we first came into it, and then we just got exposed to a whole new world. And I'm not gonna lie, I would say other influences definitely persuaded me to fall off from the truth. But thankfully, though, the Lord had grace and mercy on my soul to let me go through those stumbling blocks to find Him again. So definitely am grateful for that, because a lot of people don't get that chance, and again, you don't know how the Lord will work with each individual soul. So
that's right.
I'm definitely glad that He allowed me to, in the words of our elder pastor, get in that good sin, but it's not good.
Yeah.
But to experience the world, but also understand that, hey, come back to me. So
also, knowledge and ignorance is dangerous. It's very dangerous, because if you don't know nothing, you think, okay, well, if I didn't know, then maybe I'll be all right. But
half of this stuff.
Because even if you don't know, it's still at the long run you wish you would know. You know what I'm saying? It's okay now, but not now, since we're living these days. Last days, it's not too good. You know what I mean? You want to know about certain things, but come piece by piece. We didn't get the knowledge at once. You know what I'm saying? We had to take piece to piece to piece, to step by step, just to get it. Like I said, we had knowledge. Sometimes we didn't have understanding.
And now I brought it to you, Erin. It was a humble moment.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I was just curious, because I already knew, as growing up in the church, I was raised in the church, the baby church, and even when I was 5 years old, I kind of felt that I already knew that something wasn't right. See, God had me already feeling some type of way about what's going on in the world, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I had a feeling that Jesus was black. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, I asked them, I said, what color is Jesus? Is any color you want him to be? That's what they say. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I want him to be like me. Took the black crayon, start coloring him. Another day, I seen the white picture of Jesus, right? And I keep me mugging him, thing like something ain't right about you. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, God was putting it in my spirit. Something He was trying to show me, leading, but I didn't know. I didn't have knowledge yet or any understanding. But there was a time where I did get understanding, was when I was getting my hair done with my cousin. She was doing my hair. I was asking her certain questions about the church, because I was telling her about the whole thing, about the money thing, because I asked my mother, because she was, in charge of the money, keeping the money. She said, ask Pastor. Pastor gave me the runaround. He didn't want to tell me nothing. So I was asking her why they do certain things at church. And she said,
I'm sorry.
And she said she don't really know why, but she went to scriptures. She would say, well, I don't go to church on Sunday because this and that and the third. And she went to scriptures and she showed me. And the really thing that really got me, man, was when she said God is black and He don't love everybody. Boy, I was scared.
I showed her, I would play videos, like I did hair in my apartment. Mm-hmm. So whenever my clients came over, I felt like, well, this is the perfect time to drop a jewel on them. I'll play different songs they never heard about. Mm-hmm. Trust me, they spirits would get moved, because when they left, they'd be like, yo, Michaela, like, you never was like this before. Like, what happened?
Yep.
With me, I had to go through some trials and tribulations. Like, I just growing pains for me. Like, I was always that child that was rebellious, if that makes sense. And one time in my life, I was just in some hard situations, and I really needed the Father to get me out of. And I tried reading the Bible. I didn't understand it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this thing up one more time. And I guess the Father knew that was my last time that I was gonna pick this book up. So I started reading. I was like, oh, hold up, let me read that again. Yeah. Like, wow, that's in there. So then I got radical, y'all. Like, your girl went on Facebook. They used to call me She-Brew. I done calmed down a lot since then. I wasn't humble then, because it's like I just wanted my people to know about this information. My approach was off, though. I'm like, listen, if you don't do that, you going to the lake of fire.
Right.
Straight up. I ain't even sugarcoated, like, no, get right, repent or die type of thing. But I calmed down from that. Like, I learned that that's not how you reach people.
Yeah, because not only that, it pushes them away.
Yeah.
And then you know, their blood could be on your hands.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord.
And that's another reason why I used to do that, because I used to feel so convicted. Like it's like the Father would put on me, tell them this, and they'd be like, man, listen, repent or die type of thing. I just got it out the way because it would just be on my spirit. It's like I have friends, I have, you know, different family members that I really want to come into this truth, but it's like the Lord's timing, you know? Like my cousin, I did not know that me planting that one seed, just doing her hair, would have her here to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I've been
you
in
know?
this truth for 4 years now almost.
And for us,
Right.
it's been about 12 years, you know?
Yeah, since I was
It's
16.
been 2009, and I had to get that to my mom because.
Shout out to you, Mama Deuce.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to Auntie, yeah.
Well, I'm not even gonna say it was forced, because like I said, we were, you know, brought up into it at a young age. But I'll never forget, back in 2009, my mom was watching a video. We was going through a situation, and I remember her watching it back in 2009, and you know, we were just here on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday, for anybody out there wanting to know. We were just like, you know, why is she watching that? You know, what's going on? Like, we going outside, we gonna go play. She was just in there looking at her video and all of that stuff, and never really took the time to really understand. But I'll never forget, she was like, kids, we going to Atlanta, because
Oh, yeah.
that's how it all really started back for us. We again, because she said IOG Atlanta. That's where it really, you know, really took a big turn for us.
Yep.
And my mom, she was just like, whoever in this house is serving the Lord straight up. You know, I was about, I can't even remember, I want to say I was like 12, 13 at the time. So it was just like, I mean, I'm in her household, I ain't got my own spot, so I can't get away from it. So it was like, well, going to Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta, so we was really going in the mindset like, yeah, let's go have fun. We going out of town, and all of that. But no, we was on some. We was literally.
We was going to Bible class.
Yeah, we going to Bible class. You may go do something out there when it get dark, and then you know, then we going back home. But no, it was a good experience. And first hearing Brother Dwell, he's the pastor out there in IOG Atlanta, and just hearing the word and just seeing how everything operated out there, I was like, okay, this is different. Because again, like I was stating before, I remember vaguely some of the things that we did, you know, growing up when we were doing it in Illinois, but being older and more mature, having a better and a different mindset to be able to hear and understand it a little bit more. And even with that, just because you go for the first time, that's not going to give you complete understanding.
Because I did
take time.
Let me tell you,
it takes a whole lot of time before you can really, you know, understand this word. The Bible is a big book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 24 and I'm still trying to like learn. I really and I fall short sometimes because I may make excuses like work getting in the way.
We not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry to cut you off. But me and Jordan used to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the lesson was about. I wake up, I hear it, but it's crazy how God works, because even though I would fall asleep, I still could at least tell you something versus Sunday church. I still could tell you why I kept the Sabbath day. You know, and that's why we kind of made this channel, y'all, because we've been there. We know what it's like not to want to serve God, because it's like the world we live in. Like, I used to go to the club. I used to party. I used to drink. Not saying these things are sin, but it kind of make it harder for you to get in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Because
distractions.
Even for myself, like being a male, the temptation out there in the world is real. Like, not gonna sugarcoat that, because I mean, once you come into this truth, you sacrifice a whole lot, and I mean, it's really real.
And let me tell y'all, these head coverings right here keep the wrong guys away from us ladies.
Amen.
Let me tell y'all, like, when you cover yourself up and you know what I'm saying, when you dress modest, it's like it don't come with all that, you know, that you don't want to deal with, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to these guys.
And you don't need attention. You need good attention. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not even trying to get attention, love yourself. Once especially listen, once you get in this word, females, trust me, I didn't love myself at the time. You know, growing up, I was always picked on. You know, certain people, family members used to pick on me, or just people in general. You know, going to school, and I just had low self-esteem issues. As soon as I found out who I was and who God was and who my people were, I started to love me more. I love my family more. You know what I'm saying? My people, my friends. Even if I don't have friends, I still love them. People I don't know. You know, just showing love to community, to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, and dressing. My grandma never let me dress. She always dressed like grandma, so I can't necessarily speak on that. But I can't necessarily speak about the loving part. That loving yourself is key. Once you see, because I walk with my head held high, walking, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got a lot of looks, everything, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, love yourself. Once you do this,
and I can say,
you got gems.
You got to.
And then be careful how you drop your gems, because certain people don't want to hear what you
Also, y'all, when y'all go through things, let me tell y'all what makes being in the world and being in this truth different. When we go through things, we got peace, boy. The world don't give you no peace. We find peace in the word because we know everything gonna be all right.
Yeah.
We know he's chastising us only to make us stronger. And when you're chastised, it's like he's already counting you in. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And just to add on a little bit more about, like I said, when you come into this truth, a lot of the stuff that you give up, you know, giving up the fun that you do on the side. Like when first getting into it, it's just so hard because it's like, you don't want to seem lame to your friends because you like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, let's do this on, you know, you want to go do this on Saturday, this and that. Like during the day, and I'm like, you know, I can't go. You know what I'm saying? I go to church on Saturday and everything and all of that stuff. And, you know, it just, they think it's weird. And it's just like, if it was the other way around, Sunday church and, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, that's,
then Sunday church don't even really keep the Sabbath day.
They don't.
So, and that's another thing. I'm glad y'all said that because I look at it like this too. So if you're saying that the Sunday is your Sabbath day and all of that, well, the Lord says you rest on that day.
No
keep
buying
a holy
and selling.
convocation. No buying or selling. No work shall be done on that day. So what are you doing when you're gassing up your car? You know, all that.
Washing it.
You know, washing.
And this is random. Holiday time, we got money in our pocket.
Right. Oh yeah.
You gotta buy no gifts.
Yep. That's like the greatest gift right there.
Right there, yeah.
That's the greatest gift. Not having to give a gift.
You don't have to give a gift to nobody, but our pockets be full. I ain't gonna be full.
And again, and I want to take it back because I don't want to try to bash nobody or do nothing like that because again, I don't want to deter nobody from this message. We just really, again, this is an intro.
We ranting.
You know, it's just a rant right now because
a relaxed.
Yeah, we just
talking about big stuff
and just just talking about life, but we just normal young individuals growing up. We're just in a different headspace, like I said, being in the truth and young. But I mean, we still do the same things. We
have fun.
Being in the truth is nothing bad about that.
It's good.
There's nothing wrong with it. Like we still hang out with your friends.
Yep.
If you have any after that.
I have none. I lost my friends.
Right.
Like
I ain't got many.
But I'm straight. I don't gotta worry about getting pulled this way and that way. Now it was on myself. Once you have your friends and God removes those people in your life, that's a good thing. Now the only person that can make you fall is yourself. So I know I made myself fall plenty of times. I was doing it now, getting upset about little things because I know Satan, he's working on his day to day. So I gotta keep myself in check.
And I know, like, we all want our friends to come into the Word of God.
Yeah, we all want to.
We don't have no control over it. I love all my friends, but I gotta
we all
want to
please everybody.
We can't please everybody.
Well, we can't. You know, when you know you had that love for somebody, but then our elder pastor, his name is Brother Henry Bowie, and he was giving a lesson this past Sabbath, and he said, if you don't walk this certain way and all of that, like, how are these people supposed to look up to you to change?
Because they're watching.
Because if you're doing something not according to the Lord, then you're a hypocrite.
Yep.
And not only that, but if you don't, show them the word, and then you don't love them. You say you love your friends, this and that, but you don't like help them. Like I've helped Try to help a few of my friends. I told them I can't do this on the Sabbath. I even invited them to our, to like Black History segments and stuff when we really learn about our true history. And nobody has the time for it. I just, I'm not going to disassociate myself with them, but I know like how they are and, what they do. And they're not going to sway me to, go against the Sabbath because I know better.
And one thing for sure, my phone don't ring on Saturday. It's like God make it to where it's like He make people respect it. Now, it's like I got friends. They be like, oh no, we ain't gonna bother her. I know Michaela keep the Sabbath. Like they know, but they might not really know in depth, But it's like God still puts that form of protection around us, So it's like we can't really fall into that temptation, So I can't say that.
Yeah.
I know for me, like my niece and nephews, I really feel for them because they grow up in a home where they don't have this type of knowledge. Like the parents don't know, my siblings don't know the word, and I try to plant seeds with them. My grandmother, it was a long way how that happened. You know what I mean? So, I just try to teach them or point little things here and there, tell them what's the real of the real instead of giving them the lies, because we can continue to feed them the lies. So they're gonna grow up and continue, and when they grow up they're gonna have their kids and they're gonna still continue to lie. They're not gonna know anything. They're gonna still be asleep spiritually, what I'm saying? So I try to drop gems and seeds, plant seeds every day when I see them, whenever I can, because I don't really see them like that. I let them know this is real, this is not real, this is true, this is not true, and I give them some scriptures and I'll say it and I'll let them say it back to me, and I ask them, do you understand this? And if they like, no, I explain it to them, keep explaining so they can get internalized, because they're smart. I'm a millennium.
These new babies different.
I'm a millennium baby, okay? I was born 2000, so I know, look, just because we don't speak on certain things, 2000 babies, we know. We just don't speak, but we know about, so we observe, you know what I mean? So whatever we observe, we're going to take that and keep, internalizing our daily life. We're going to be putting in our, you know what I'm saying?
You just keep passing it down to everybody.
Yeah.
You feeding off of people's energy and stuff like that. But needless to say, it's just, again, we're just the same as you guys. We're all flesh and blood, and we all fall short of the glory daily, but the goal and the objective is to get back up, try your hardest.
7 times.
Try your hardest to, endure this thing to the end. That was another thing we was talking about, enduring it to the end. Because it's a tough job, it's a tough responsibility, but remember, Jesus, He came in the flesh and blood body, and He also endured the same thing that we endured. He went through the same thing.
Worse.
I was looking at Passion of the Christ a few weeks ago, and I try to overlook some of the physical things into that movie just because of my understanding and all of that. But the message itself still drives home. That was a real powerful movie, and just so much respect, and just really the fact that He went through all of that just for us, and even when we laughed and mocked Him in His face and all that, He still had mercy on us. Like that is a deep love right there.
Unconditional.
And trust me, we get to hate ourselves, and then what gives me peace of mind is I know they hated Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know I'm on the right path. Yeah. It's like when I get a hate that, it's like I'm not even bitching out that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people don't take it as that. It's like, oh, you just want people to believe what you believe in. No,
it's not even like that. And it's not. And I look at it like,
because y'all believe everything.
It's no pressure. It's no pressure. The choice is yours.
This is not a belief. This is a way of life. Like I hear that word so many times, and it's crazy that y'all said that, because it's always somebody saying, well, I don't believe in the same thing you believe. It's not a belief. It's a way of life.
Exactly. That says religion. It's not religion.
If you read the Bible, it says, honor the Sabbath day, keep it holy. Go into your encyclopedia right now and look up the Sabbath day.
A lot of this
and
is
it will even tell, like, this is legit research.
It's all out
this
there.
Is stuff that's all out here.
We don't just know this. Our wisdom comes from this book.
We're not just, we're not just sugarcoating nothing like that. But look in the encyclopedia and look up Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And watch what it tells you. It'll even tell you that Saturday is the 7th day of the week. Sunday is the 1st day of the week. Like,
Also, if you look at the calendar,
that's clear cut and dry. So if he says honor the Sabbath day and keep it holy, the Sabbath day is Saturday. Keep it holy, not Sunday. Keep it holy, but Saturday. And I think a lot of people just are stuck in tradition. They're like, well, my grandma, she's been in this church for 30 years and this and that.
Savior.
And you can be in that church for 30 years thinking you doing all sorts of good for the Lord until
this is where I pray the Lord has mercy, because honestly I meet people who are filled with the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's just
really have that zeal.
You know, really have that zeal, but you're living a false, you know, a false life.
Yeah.
And it touches my heart because I can see like different people I feel is really a candidate to bring people to God, but it's like they're stuck in their old ways. They don't want to let it go.
Yeah, because
like
everybody,
they're comfortable. You know, it's a stronghold.
Yeah, no pastors. If they're not trying to tell you about this word and it's true,
because everybody has their own strength. Like you got people that's extroverts, you have people that's introverts.
Me, I'm an introvert.
And, you know, at times I put myself in that introvert category, even though I've done stuff where I go out.
And I rebuke it now in the name of Jesus. You know,
I can hold a conversation with people, talk to people, and all of that. But sometimes you do have those introvert moments, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's also certain things, you know, in the church. You can still, and that's another thing I want to tell you guys that, you know, a lot of people ask the question, well, how can I please God, this and that, what? Because I'll tell you this, my own personal experience. I always kept wondering, because he said, you know, he's going to judge you according to your works. And I always kept getting in this thing in my mind, like, what's some works I can do? I used to ask my elder brothers in the church, like, what are some works that I can do to please the Lord? Because I'm not trying to go to the lake of fire.
Right.
I just
That's
can't.
why we bringing out this channel.
We
want our good,
I
away our bad.
like dreaming and stuff like that, and I'm like, I could burn my hand on the stove, and that's hot.
Woo.
But you talking about some
like
infinite
like,
hot?
I mean, forever, eternal,
and it don't stop.
That's a long punishment, man.
That's one of the worst nightmares ever.
And then you gonna be alive feeling it, yo.
And y'all, another thing is, we gotta speak life. Like I know how I said I'm an introvert. You know what? I'm really starting to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I know I said it now because, like I said, I'm not perfect. I catch myself.
But also, don't forget, like it's good for people to come out of their shell too. But also understand that it's a certain job for everybody. Like
absolutely,
you could be, because for example, like. I'm not no big, you know, like I said, I can talk to people and have a conversation, but I'm not no big speaker like, going out doing this. You know, I'm more so like reserved. I can give you a flyer and really, you know, talk to you and all of that. And, you know, that's all it takes. Just, you know, if you got flyers or anything like that, that's all it takes. Show them the word, you know, talk to them, but don't force it on. In this video, we just talking again, we ran, but we is not trying to force nothing on nobody. We just trying to our love and passion for Christ and loving the Sabbath, because at the end of the day, we don't want to turn nobody away, but bring everybody together. That's the whole purpose and the goal for this.
And we feel like the youth.
We
feel like the youth right now. We the ones that can really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? All the other approaches not working. We done tried. It didn't work for us.
Other generations can't speak for our generation.
Yeah. Exactly.
And everybody's not social media savvy. Sometimes it goes back to the old school. You see people in person, you know, you come in contact with people like that. Because I have to say, I'm not... Like me, sometimes I'm an incognito type guy. Like I'll be gone for a while. That's how I always been. And so social media is not really my first go-to with stuff. Like I was saying, and before we get back onto the other note, this is our other brother Joseph.
Brother Joe in the house. Okay, Brother Joe.
What's up, everybody? It's the mic on. I want to select.
No, sorry. But
Let him finish this real quick.
But yeah, just like I was saying, just having that zeal and everything. At the end of the day, what I'm just trying to say is, being young and being in the truth, there's nothing wrong with it. And from my standpoint, and I'm gonna pass it to my brother. Just hope that this video this intro video can really shine and put a light on somebody and just touch people. This is another form of getting to the people and reaching. And like I said, in no way, shape, or form is any one of us trying to force anything on anybody.
And none of us are perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, we struggle
sin daily.
Yeah.
And it's just the curse of being in this flesh and blood body. So at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that we're doing our part, because what the Lord commanded us to do is just kind of get that message out. So I thank y'all on my end, but again, I'm gonna pass it to my brother Joseph.
Alright, what's up, everybody? The mic on 1 second for us 4 minutes. I want to be like, who else can help me more good? It's not fun.
Go ahead, Joe.
Tell the people how you
Got his walk.
got into the truth.
The same reason we're out here. But it's in the standby. And you know that. And you know that back in the day before all this YouTube stuff, I kind of had like mental problems, like yelling outbursts and just throwing stuff. And the crazy attacking, I didn't even attack people. I didn't. And you know there's a lot of autistic kids that go through the exact same thing. Plus going to Nimble Center, man, that's like prison.
It is. Y'all, I'm not laughing to make fun. That is my personality.
Yeah, that's
Joseph cracks me up.
He does. He's funny.
Yeah. But go ahead, Joe.
Oh shoot.
It's like when I was in the Nimble Center, they just had slave food. Because you know, some dude tried to hand us like some burgers and stuff, and I didn't even know what it was. He said, "Hey, it's meat, bro. It's meat." I said, "What type of it?" I said, "It's a hamburger. It's meat." Like he was complaining, and he's like, "Dude, you gonna give us some raw? I'm not eating that."
So what you trying to get at? You can't eat pork, right?
Yeah, dude.
So you trying to make sure it wasn't pork?
Yeah, but he was smacking his teeth like
You ain't great to work.
So Joe, what have you learned as long as you've been the truth? Like, what stands out the most to you?
Couldn't even explain, but I couldn't even talk back then.
Yeah, you right? You talk now.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time,
He was a very conservative person.
He ain't say nothing.
Yeah, but I don't really fit in with y'all. That's why I don't.
You do fit in with us.
But sometimes like the outcast, pretty much.
I feel like an outcast too.
I'm the black.
I think
we
that's
all the black sheep at this table.
Yeah, I just feel like me and since we came from the same bloodline on both sides, I think we both just outcast. We just our personalities are different, so don't feel bad.
We're not.
You know, I feel like an outcast.
And if it wasn't for their parents, before they
that's what I was about to say too. Our dads were in the truth. You know, that's how they got. That's how they. My auntie and her mom got.
So that kind of reflects back to
Just they
what
went the
I was
wrong path.
saying.
Yeah, they went the wrong path, but we found the right path.
That's when we got into the truth when we were, little kids and stuff. So that was a big thing. But like I said, this was just an intro video. Anybody else got anything to say before we conclude this one?
I would say, you guys, tonight after watching this video, whenever we upload, I say just start off reading one verse, and by the end of the week, make it a goal to read 7 verses. And comment below how you feel after the fact.
And another thing, and I will give a shout out to one of the brothers in Dallas, Brother Troy. He's the pastor out there in Dallas. He said something that stuck out to me. He said, if you're really trying to start the word, really understand the word and everything, he said, start with Proverbs and Psalms, because Psalms has a lot of those, where you can have a little, you can have a spiritual connection with anything in the Bible, but with those particular verses and stuff, those are really good go-tos to start easing your way and to getting that understanding about the Lord and, His disciples. So that's my particular point to that. And also, if you guys are in the Charlotte area, this is
a shout out to IOG Charlotte. We doing the works out here.
We carrying, we're doing what we have to do for the Lord and everything. But and most importantly, a big shout out to our total camp, the Israel of God out in Chicago, the headquarters.
Yeah.
Nothing's possible without them, and we're just, servants just trying to carry out this word. Again, to my point, nothing to force anybody, but just to get you an intro on, us, how we are, and just like I said, being youthful, and trying to carry out this word for the Lord, and like I said, dropping those gems out for you guys. So thank you on my end.
I also want to give a shout out to my bro, King Izzy Israel. I want to give you a shout out to your music. Yes, he's dropping gems in his songs. Y'all should go check out his Instagram. It's King Izzy. I think it's King Izzy Israel. Yes, we'll put it below so you'll see. Also, I want to give a shout out to my cousins right here. You know, for actually getting together. Cause look, I want. I was like, oh, we should just come with a video like to eat because I like to eat. You know what I'm saying?
So,
we've been talking about this for like a couple of weeks, so I'm glad we was able to get together and really bring this forward.
I thank God first, because he allowed it to happen.
Yeah,
I thank God first.
All praises to the Most High.
Yes.
Definitely allowing us to still have breath, you know, the breath of life. And I always pray that, you know, the Lord continues, because my mom had 7 of them, so I'm just thankful that she's allowed, or the Lord has allowed all my family members to still be breathing, you know.
And baptism, y'all.
Oh, yes, 20.
Also, shout out to my lovely wife. She's not in this video. Hopefully, she will be in attendance to one of these videos. But
shout out to our brother Jacob.
Love her. She's
bro. My auntie, their mother. Yeah.
So yeah, just shout out to
everybody we love.
Everybody we love. Everybody
we love all y'all. All y'all that's watching, taking the time to watch this video.
Our church family.
Share.
My grandparents, my mother and dad, and my siblings, my niece and nephew.
And that's real love. No fake love. All real love. Because the Lord says we gotta love everybody, no matter what you want.
Talking about giving us gifts.
Thank you guys for watching this video. And again, this is Erin, Joseph, myself, Jordan, and my
this
sister
is Dropping Jewels for
and
you,
my
right?
little niece Hannah, and this
Dropping Gems for the youth.
Alright guys, y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Take care.
And you can